Welcome to step 4 of our welcome program. This video covers analysing technical assessment of a website. We'll only be taking a look here at the modules really in the technical tab. A lot of this section involves fundamental checks you need to do to assess whether your website has been set up in the most optimal way. If you want a summary of issues we've uncovered, then you can use the priority action grid on the dashboard, which will highlight any modules you need to look at. You can also use the indicators directly in the menu to identify which modules you need to look at first. So you can see from this tab we perform daily health checks to monitor your home page load speed to see whether we can find robots.txt files and sitemap files. We also perform a deep crawl of your site each week to check whether you have search engine friendly URLs, to see if the site contains any dead links, and we also report where we find 301s, 302s and any server errors. You can configure access to Google Webmaster Tools in this area of the platform, so we can import site audit data using their API. We will also shortly be importing a lot more data than that from Google Webmaster Tools, so it is recommended that you complete this step. Remember that there's a lot of raw data behind these green task buttons, so if you need to tell the system where to look for a sitemap file, or you want to examine the dead links found by a spider or reported by Google Webmaster Tools, click on these buttons. Here you can download a list of dead links, or 302s, or 301s, etc. You can also make use of the workflow that we've talked about before. In the Pages Crawl module, we give you a breakdown of the HTTP status response codes for each page. You might want to examine this to assess whether you're accidentally blocking pages you didn't mean to block. We also show a breakdown of robots.txt blocking in a table which will appear in the robots.txt module. This module, the Pages Crawl module, has a chart simply because it can be used as a quick way of answering the question of whether your site is crawlable. If we can crawl, you can pretty much guarantee that Google can crawl. You might want to also consider the data in this module in combination with the analysis in the Review Unindexed Pages module in the Pages tab, as anything blocked here will most likely not be indexed by Google, and this module may very well confirm that fact. Other modules we have here include a daily representation of your primary indexation numbers in Google. This is a useful module to keep an eye on to ensure you're not suddenly experiencing a drop in indexation, as that might indicate either an architectural problem with your site or a punishment from Google. If you're at all worried about whether you've incurred a Google penalty, the first place to check is for messages in your Google Webmaster Tools account. So that's the technical assessment section. For the next section we'll talk about on-site issues in the tutorial video on the Pages tab.